Claude Code is changing how people run their businesses, not in a nice productivity boost kind of way, in a you might not need to hire for that role kind of way. Today, I've got Navid Moazzez with me, founder of Creator School, and he's going to show us exactly how he's using Claude Code to automate real business and life tasks. We're talking actual demonstrations, not theory. So if you're a creator or operator who wants to take their hands off the repetitive stuff and free up your time, this one's for you. Hello, Navid. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be here. We have a lot to dive into. I'm going to try to do my best, and hopefully, everything is working when we are kind of live here. We're streaming. So, hopefully, all the systems will work because this takes a little bit of computer power, as we talked about in the intro. But I'll do my best here, and I'm going to kind of show you how to go from kind of a level one with AI to just kind of getting started, which I'll cover very quickly. You might even use ChatGPT, and you've heard a lot of amazing experts on this series here on the summit. But yeah, I'm gonna dive into something a lot of people might think is just for coders, but it's not. And that's what I'm gonna demonstrate here. You can do some incredibly cool stuff. And I'm even like building this up now as we go. And I'm gonna show you kind of what I've been working on, and also what some of what I'm sharing. You can also have like a starter kit for Claude Code, so you can kind of install this if you're interested. So that's going to actually be free for you to kind of just check out if you're interested after this session. So that's a little bit what I have for you here.
Yay! I'm so
Yay!
excited. I'm so excited to see what we can actually automate from our daily tasks. So let's dive in.
Yeah, let's do it. So most people, they probably start something like that. You have, ChatGPT, you start with, just kind of writing a prompt here. And most people actually, they just do one or two sentence prompts. And you have to, do this every time. You're going to get pretty mediocre results. And then you kind of graduate from that. You start to do a little bit more in-depth prompts and stuff like that. That's kind of the first thing. You might use this. I use actually a lot with whisper flow. You can also use the voice dictator here. I mean, it's a lot better. You give more context because AI thrives with the right context and when it knows more about you. Then what you might do here, if I open this a little bit, so you might see here we have projects and GPTs. So that's, you might use that. I have all tons of GPTs I've done. But again, you have to kind of go into them. You have to use them. They still work, but you might have like 40, 50 GPTs after a while. I mean, I have tons. I mean, yeah, let's see quite a lot of them. I have offered them to my students. And then we have projects. It can be something specific here. I think they still have its place. You have like the gems in Gemini. That's kind of the same thing, a little bit like GPTs. You can even share them as well in inside of Gemini. And then if I'm going to go to what I'm going to talk about today, which is Claude, which I'm going to focus mostly on, this is just the web version of Claude. I think at the time we are recording this, the desktop is a lot more powerful. But when it comes to Claude Code, I'm going to show you what I would recommend. I don't even recommend you using as much the desktop because you can do a lot more. But there's stages to this. So let me walk through this really quickly here. So you see, so the first thing when you sign up for Claude, which I mean, it's free to sign up, but I recommend at least the pro plan, which is $20 a month. So you go into your settings, and what you see here is like my profile, right? So this is kind of the basics. You're gonna have some kind of instructions about yourself, like a little bit about you and stuff like that. That's kind of what I have here. Some might call it like a little master prompt. You cannot have unlimited characters here, so keep that in mind. This is not that in depth, but it at least gives a little bit of context. I don't have to repeat that. That's
So
pretty good.
what
I mean, most people,
what does
yeah,
what does that kind of say? Is that just basically your bio, or does it say
yeah, a
what you're
little bit.
planning on using it
Yeah.
for?
Yeah, but this is just a little bit about myself, about kind of who I am, what I'm focusing on, my different channels. You see here a little bit of the tone and style, but this is not a voice profile. This is not like my brand voice and stuff like that because it's too short for that, quite frankly. You cannot put that all here, but it's a little bit of myself, what I believe in, what I stand for and stuff like that. Some of my core values and all of that. I think that's solid. It's not bad. Help Claude improve the model. Please toggle this off. That's very important. Okay. The rest doesn't really matter too much here. So you can see here, you can see the usage. I get quite a lot here. So hopefully during this session, I'm not going to max it out, but I get quite a lot. So And capabilities, you can see here a little bit, the memory. I think you should toggle this on. I mean, this is just some memory from the chats. And you can actually, if you are using ChatGPT, you can tell ChatGPT to like basically make a summary of everything you've talked about and what it knows about you. And then you can basically come in here, memory, and then you can add that in here. You see, there's a lot of different things going on here. That's something Claude kind of does. You can edit this too here, and yeah, it's quite useful. I mean, this is still the basics. This is not what we are exactly going to cover, but I think if you do this, you're still going to be ahead of most people. So that's why I'm sharing this here. And the artifacts, you can just make this turn on, and the skills, I'm going to show you a little bit. I know you had another speaker talk about this a little bit, but I think what I'm going to share is going to be more in relation to how it all plays a role with the whole system I have. It's like an AI OS we are developing, and the connectors are incredibly powerful. You can connect a lot of your different tools. Like, I mean, you should just see what you're using in your business, and then you can connect them. I have connected quite a few. Keep in mind that some of them can bog down, so you might want to turn off some you're not using, okay? Because it still might load in the context window, and then it's going to take up space essentially from Claude to execute at the highest level. So yeah, I have quite a few connected, but the issue here with the desktop, you don't have that many, and you cannot really add any more here. I mean, it's basically what you have here, and then you can go to browse connectors, and you can see, okay, this is cool. You have quite a few, right? Probably some of your tools will be in here, but the issue is most of your tools will not be. Okay, so that's why a lot of tools, they have MCPs, they have developed themselves, like official ones. MCPs, you don't really need to know what it means too much. It's a model context protocol, something Claude came up with, I believe, in 2024. But what you need to know is, okay, connector. Think about it as an integrations. Most of your tools, they are using like Zapier and stuff like that. Some have direct integrations, but how powerful would it be if Claude can integrate with the whole ecosystem? So that's some of what I'm going to show you. Here we have Claude Code, but it actually doesn't work right here. So you actually have to go on the other platform. So that's a little bit what it is. You cannot. I mean, I'm gonna just go to the desktop because it's a lot more powerful. So I have opened this here. Let me see if I can move this around. All right. So here we go. So this is the desktop. You just go to Claude and you download this. You can search for Claude desktop app. It works on Mac and Windows. And of course, they have also an iOS version. Again, that's pretty limited. It's pretty much the same as the web version. You cannot do as much. Still useful for sure. But here, you're going to see a lot more. I mean, I have tons of different things. I even have integrated music into Claude. I have integrated, Claude cannot do images, but I have integrated Nano Banana and a lot of different things. And that's like in the connectors. So you go to connectors here, and then you can see connect your tools, create new skills and plugins. And I'm going to explain a little bit what that is. And then I'm going to show kind of transition into more with Claude Code, because you can do so much more with it. So here you can connect your tools. Actually, they have changed this. So you have to go to manage connectors. So it's here and customize. And so you can see here, I have tons of them. Some are the official ones. So uh, Claude can here create designs. It can do quite a lot of things. You see here, the Canva can do a lot. You can set the different approval things. So you can have need approval, always allows, things like that. So for interactive tools like search designs, I just put always. But what is interesting here, I have created a lot of different ones. Like I have integrated 11 Labs here with all their different tools. So I can pull voices, my own voices in 11 Labs, my pro voice. I can pull my avatar videos into Claude. Claude can create my avatar videos. I have integrated like voice with Grok. I have GitHub, which is like more of a technical thing. But when I'm creating MCPs and these kind of connectors, I'm creating my custom ones because most tools, they don't have it. For example, Kit, which is an email marketing platform, I integrated with Auth. Basically, it's like it's full access to my Kit account, and I might be able to demonstrate some of these, like how it's accessing. But can you imagine like having all your tools connected to this? This is a brain. Claude is the brain. That's what I don't believe too much in the third party tools that, I'm going to have a wrapper with AI. I don't believe that too much, because here's the thing. Claude is, at least from my perspective right now, and of course ChatGPT and Gemini and there's Grok too. I mean, they're doing well. I mean, it's fine, but I like Claude the most for pretty much everything. The reasoning model with Opus 4.6 is amazing. And to use that inside a third party tool, like let's say with API, is expensive. That would cost you likely, if you're using it a lot, could cost you thousands of dollars a month. But with a $200 a month plan with Claude, which you don't need to get started on by any means, you can start with $20 a month, but you will run into limits, especially if you're doing a lot of things. But it's good to get started. But then I think when you realize the power and how many people it could replace, I mean, it's insane. So you need to connect your tools essentially. And some of them, they are native. Claude has already, they are already in there, or the tool have developed their own. But then if they are not, you need to have a way to do it. And I have created like 50 of them. I mean, that's kind of what I'm working on with a Claude OS bootcamp or something, to have all of these tools that creators need connected. So you can see like there's a ton here. But let's go away from this a little bit. I'll show you this in a bit, kind of how this all works. Like you can essentially, Claude can access all your tools. That's number one. It's so important that it can do that, whatever you're using in your business. And here we have skills. I just developed this summit outreach because I was working on this. So usually skills, they always have an MD file, and you can upload skills from here. Okay. So Claude also, they have some official ones they have created, but you can actually write skill instructions. Why would you ever do that? That's, you would have Claude help you create them. So never use that. That's just a waste of time, in my opinion. Claude knows how to create good skills. If you use, also Claude has an official skill or a plugin, which is called Skill Creator, and then you use that in order to create your skills. But here you can basically have create with Claude as well. You can also upload skill. So you can upload a zip file here. So Claude might create it, and then you can upload a zip file. Or if someone share it, you can also upload it here. Okay, so that's quite useful actually. So you see a few here, but most of my skills, they live in my workspace, which is not shown here. I have a personal workspace, which I'm going to show you, which is more related to kind of how Claude Code works. And that's it basically here. You can see also the official ones. I think they have some, let me see, some skills if I can. Yeah, these are the example ones. So these are some from Anthropic, right? So you can see here, this one is very useful, the skill creator. So, I mean, it's something Anthropic created. So you can essentially tag this or do a slash command for skill creator. And then you can access all this. I mean, you don't need to write this yourself. I mean, look at this. I mean, you would never do that. I mean, and they have like agents and stuff. You see here, can have references, can have assets and all this. This is like the evolution of prompts. How my system used to look like is that I still love Notion, by the way. It's not like I don't like it. I have a prompt library here. So I used to go in, for example, here I wanted to write a LinkedIn post, and I have LinkedIn opinion post, whatever. I might copy this prompt like this, okay? And I bring it into Claude. But instead, you can actually turn a lot of your existing prompts into skills. And I also evolved from my prompts. So I had like a creator agent OS. I offered this to students. I mean, if you prefer Notion for everything, this is great. So I developed like kind of these agents, so to speak, kind of these skills. And I set it up so Notion can access this with Notion AI. But I noticed, because it's my workspace in Notion is so big, and I think it's sometimes hard for the AI to read everything inside of Notion. It struggled a lot to kind of pull the correct information. And that's when I was starting. I got frustrated a lot when I use Notion AI here. I mean, it's connected to this. Like, I mean, it's like this is the template I have, but I have on my own creator agent OS inside of Notion. But I was just like frustrated a little bit sometimes. But it still works. It still works great. But when I saw Claude come out with all their skills and plugins and stuff, that's really when it hit for me. Plugins, what are plugins? They're kind of a set of skills and instructions, essentially, kind of bundled together. And you can see here, Claude, they have their own, quite a lot of them here in the store. So you can see, okay, maybe something is interesting to me. I do think, let me see which one I use the most. I mean, brand voice could be good. I have one for content repurposing. I had one that I downloaded for Obsidian, which I use in this kind of system. So that's a little bit of the setup. So let's go to the chat here. So here we have chat. Oh, I didn't connect the Vimeo one. Okay, but it's fine. Sometimes you might see this, I mean, Claude Code can fix everything too. That is also the thing. If you start a chat here, skills work in the chat. You can, for example, say something like, let me see if we can access this. So can you access the skill creator And I want to see what you know about my summit outreach process. Could you check the skill? And I have some emails I want to write for speakers and especially the follow up process because I have a lot that are slacking, to be honest. And that this is Whisper Flow. So let's do this. Okay. And I'm using Opus 4.6 Extended. It's not really needed for this task. This is very simple. I don't know what this is coming up, but all right. So then it's going to wait here a little bit. So this is the simple thing. You have a simple prompt and you get something back. And now it's going to actually use my skill probably. Do you see here? It's pulling up the summit outreach skill. So no writing prompt. I didn't say anything it should do here. The Vimeo one is is not. I forgot to add my API or something. That's why it's coming up here, and that's the only reason. It's not affecting Claude. So do you see here? It's instantly pulling up this instantly because I have a skill. I don't need to write a prompt. It has examples baked into Claude. And Claude, I mean, I probably didn't even need to say this, like about the skill here. Claude would figure it out on its own. I mean, how powerful is this, right, Simone?
So good. So
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah, so
Yep.
this is like still like level 1 a little bit of I mean level 2 maybe a little bit. You kind of transition a little bit from what it is with ChatGPT, and then you will go into like co-work. This is like the co-work area, and then you can work from folders. That's when it starts to get really powerful, okay? So you're gonna set up a folder on your computer, and I highly recommend this is not in the cloud. I tried this to sync it across devices. It's slow. Don't do that. Have it on your computer and of course, this can, I mean, you might want to back this up though, I mean, in case you lose your computer or something, but don't do this in iCloud. Don't do, I mean, it works for sure, but I found issues with this because it's not as fast. And yeah, some files sometimes don't sync. Yes, you can have them downloaded all the time, but it's not going to always work. And you want this to always be on because the thing is with desktop to run, if you see here, I'm going to put up this. So you have scheduled tasks and stuff. So you can do, I mean, it's kind of autonomous in a way. I think Claude is going in this direction a little bit. There's ways to make Claude do a lot of things. So this is the co-work thing. So you have scheduled tasks here. I have only a morning brief for now. I haven't set up everything, but I also have like speaker brief generator. It's like a basically research when speakers are coming. So I mean, if you look at this one, it's pretty simple. A Claude out of the box also can't send emails. It sends drafts. Okay, so this is, I mean, I mean, it's because I have connected my Gmail, but the native one inside of the Claude account here in the desktop or the web can't send emails. They don't have that permission. Google is very strict when it comes to permissions. That's another reason why you should transition into using more Claude Code because you have more permissions and stuff like that. It's very complicated with all the Google permissions and stuff like that, but you can do some pretty cool stuff. So I have only something like this here. I mean, it's very simple. This one, I just wanted to test it out. You can even run it anytime and it comes an email, but to drafts, which is not ideal here. You have to kind of integrate more stuff. So that's when we go back to new task. So this, you can also go into a folder here. So let's say I open this. I have a lot of different things. So if you see here, this is a workspace. So I have Navid workspace, and this might look overwhelming to you right now if you're just getting started with it. Don't worry. I'm gonna share a template. Like, I mean, it's not 100% ready right now at the time we are recording this, but I'm gonna give you a template so you can actually plug in this to a workspace with a few skills preloaded so you can access this kind of the preferred setup, like with the base. Not all of this. This is like what I'm working on here. I'm gonna show you a few projects I have been working on. So let's say what is really important though is to understand how it works. And I think Claude is a little bit strange too. Like I mean, like on the Mac, you see this dot here, Simone. Do you see this?
Yep.
Yeah, this is like a hidden file. So I had to figure out how to find my files on the computer to really understand how all
Mm.
this works. And I got help with Claude Code to do that. I mean, you can ask any Claude chat
Mm.
here too, but Claude Code has just more reasoning when it comes to any techie developing stuff. And you don't need to be a coder to understand this. I don't know a line of code. I cannot write code. I cannot design. I have taste with stuff. I know what is good and what is bad, I think, but I'm not a coder. I don't know how to do any of that. But then when you have this here, which includes like different things, usually it has some of my stuff. I mean, the most important file is usually the Claude MD file, which is the brain. And then you can have like user, you see like this is about me and stuff like that. So I'm going to include like templates for all this. So because some of this is a little bit confidential for what I'm working on, but I can include templates for all of you watching this session, so you can get access to kind of get this set up the preferred way. So you will essentially just allow this. You can always allow, or you can just allow. I'm just allow now, and then you have access to the workspace. So what you can do here, I can start recording. So Claude, can you check my workspace, what I was working on before? I mean, I'm a little bit all over the place this morning. Can you please check this out and let me know what my schedule looks like today? What am I doing right now, for example? Do I have a call right now? Let's see. I mean, this is
So
very basic, but I hope you see the power. Let's see if it's generate. Okay, I need to click the text box. Okay, that sometimes happens. So I'll do this again. So Claude, can you please check my schedule for today, and also go into my workspace to check some of the recent work and outputs and the projects we've been working on lately. So usually, yeah, with the Whisper Flow, you have to do that, and also with yeah, you have to talk. You should toggle extended thinking. Yes, this consumes a lot more. I'm not as worried about this when I'm using the Max. With Pro, I did run out a lot, so just keep that in mind. Then you need to be a little bit wary of the model. Sonnet is good enough for most things. It's just I think feel Opus is the best one for sure. So let's just try this, and then you'll see kind of what happens when you use it. And then we'll get into Claude Code. I think this is the levels basically. And I think I don't really use projects as much anymore. Claude has projects, by the way. They do, but I don't use them anymore. You can even attach them to co-work here. You can like say work from a project. I think it has its place sometimes, but I'm just working from my workspace and it's much easier. So I don't know. I have skills for everything. Like if I want to write a LinkedIn post, if I want to do anything in my business, every single tool I'm using that I showed you a lot of the MCPs, they have skills
yeah,
specifically for Kit, for any tool I'm using, like Riverside or anything like that. And Claude, if it has a connector, it knows how to use this tool. I never have to go into my Hostinger account. You see here, sometimes when you use thinking, it can take a little bit of time. So let's go into Claude Code in the meantime here. Okay. So actually, I prepared something I wanted to try out. Maybe I'm gonna put this prompt here. So this is Claude Code. You can use it from the desktop, which is kind of nice. And you see my workspace here. I was gonna try to build a focus app like in the meantime. So let's see if this is gonna work when we are doing
yeah,
this. And yeah, so I was trying to do because I have an integrated. If you see here my integrations, I have quite a lot here.
yeah,
So you're gonna see the difference. This is pretty. It looks pretty similar. It looks like a chat. This is not too overwhelming. Why I don't really work here a lot? I cannot see my workspace in the sidebar. I cannot, and that's the only way. I don't know why this came up here. My Cloudflare. That's pretty strange, but sometimes it's sometimes the connectors. But anyway, so I'm here with a Claude Code, right? So you can see if this did it. Uh, Not yet, but now it's preparing it. So when you have Claude Code open here, you cannot see your workspace. The only way to do that is in a coding client, and they're not as overwhelming. I would recommend VS Code, and I'm gonna show you kind of the setup with a extension. But yeah, you can just put a prompt here. I'm just gonna put this. I'm gonna say also, um, please do not start before I give more instructions of how to integrate the music. I'm using Music GPT. It's already integrated via the API. I have it already inside of Claude. Please use that for the music. And let's make a plan before we start here. Uh, so I think this is good. Also, put in plan mode. Okay, always put in plan mode when you start. And there's similar features in. And here you see there's no extended thinking. It just
yeah,
thinks a lot. So I used Opus 4.6. Let's see if this works. I mean, see, I'm running many things simultaneously now in Cloudflare.
yeah,
I have to check this connection, but yeah, it's coming up sometimes. Let's see if this is gonna work. Otherwise, if it doesn't work here, which can time out sometimes with bugs, I will go into VS Code. So VS Code is not as overwhelming as it sounds. It's just where you would run it. You can run it in terminal too, which certain things you need to do in terminal, but it's more simple than it is. You don't have to know code. Claude Code will tell you what to do. So when you go into VS Code, this is like the next level. You use it in the code terminal. This is actually quite nice. And you can also have the terminal here. So let's say I have already installed Claude. So I will say Claude here. Then I open it. This is the simple command. Okay. So it's already opens here and it's here. I don't need to use it in terminal. I prefer to use it here. in the code. And then there's extensions for this. Essentially, you can see here in the sidebar, you have different things. And this is like, I think this is the extension. Yeah, so you will just type in, let me see here where yeah, here. Okay. So you have the Claude Code extension. You just go to extension in the sidebar here. I don't know what's going on with my Cloudflare is just popping up here all the time. Let me see if I need to allow this maybe. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Close. I have to check this after. See with MCP server something went wrong there before, and it's like something in the background, but it's all good. Maybe can remove this. Let's hopefully it doesn't happen too much here. But I didn't know this will happen. But here you have the Claude Code for VS Code. So you just install this, and there's some different ones you can install. But the only thing you need to know for now, you install Claude Code for VS Code, and then you can just chat with this client here, and that's something very powerful. And like, let me show you a little bit if it finished up this. I think this, yeah, see here, it can sometimes reach an API limit because probably too many chats or whatever. That's pretty annoying. And same here. So I'm just gonna use it inside of. This can happen sometimes. I don't know why, but yeah, it happens sometimes. So I'm gonna use it here instead, and I'm gonna say, hey, Claude, can you please check the latest projects we were working on and where we left off, and come back with me with a plan, and also send me my full schedule for today or for this week. Actually, I need it for this week because tomorrow I'm traveling to Bangkok actually. So yeah, need my full schedule. So I'm on the right track here. So then I will just use it like this. That's not the main thing I'm using, but I just kind of try so it's working here because I don't know why I hit the API limit. See, here's where I don't know why this desktop app is very buggy too sometimes. So yeah, see, it's working in parallel. It's basically spinning. Look here, it says agent. It's actually spinning up another agent for you because Claude is lazy. Like, this is the crazy thing here. I don't know. I mean, you don't need to. It looks a little bit overwhelming, like at start, but it's working now from my folder, like my Navid workspace. Actually, look here, it already knew because I didn't even have this connected here. It's an old workspace I have here. This is not. This is just workspace. If you look here, it says Navid workspace. Somehow it knew what to do. This is pretty cool. So while it is, I mean, actually it's working here. I have to do some things in parallel. Otherwise we will be waiting a lot. That's kind of the thing with some of this, but I'll come back to this in a moment. One of the most powerful things I set up, which, like, as we said in the intro, like, this is how to automate your business and life with Claude Code. Like, I think Claude Code is the brain. Then you're connecting all your different tools to it. So Telegram, you might not like this, whatever, but you can use WhatsApp, you can use Discord. It's not so easy and straightforward, but it's also not hard. You just have to figure it out. I'm very patient. I know how to kind of make my way around it. So I mean, that's also why I think I will be good at helping people figure this out. So here we have Telegram. Let's make this big also. Let's see, right? So I don't have anything confidential here probably, so it's all good. And so I set up first this regular chat. Okay, so I can just start chatting here. I'm gonna put it. I think I'm gonna hold this right. So can you please check my schedule for today and check what I was working on in my workspace? Okay, and then come back with me with a response. I just do something simple now, so we don't go. If I do a long response, you will think a little bit more. I guess I think no, for this one I reached an API limit with the Grok, but I have a different one. So this one is set up with 11 labs, I think. So yeah, that can happen. I use that Grok, which is not Grok from. Yeah, let's see. I just stopped this one. I use Grok for this one. Grok,
Yeah.
G. No, yeah, I think something like that. Grok. It's not the Grok from. No, maybe with C, Grok. It's like an audio platform basically where you can have transcriptions and then you have Orpheus for the audio. So I kind of synced all of this up. It's a little behind the scenes. I didn't write the line of code to do this. Claude doesn't have a native integration with Telegram. It's an MCP that connects things together. And then I programmed this from my workspace to give it a personality. So this has a separate personality, how to act. And you see here, Longevity OS. This one is programmed to be like a David Goggins kind of. It's not exactly like it. He doesn't scream to me and stuff, but let's see how if this works. So I'm gonna try it. I think this will work. So I was slacking this morning. I was not really doing my workout. I mean, I feel kind of a little bit off. Can you please give me a push to get the work done today? That's it. right? So you see this one, I think, let me see if it's gonna start actually. Probably because we are live here, it's not gonna do anything. It's always like that. But I can show you. If it's not coming, I'm gonna just show you what I did. So let's see here.
Hey, Navid. So I'm glad you were being honest with me, but basically, honesty without action is just, you know, confession, right? You slacked on your morning routine, which means you probably skipped all the important stuff, like journaling, sunlight, lime water, and that cold shower. And now you're wondering why you're feeling off at work. So here's the deal. As soon as you're done with this work block, I want you to get 60 minutes of movement, no excuses. And tomorrow morning, you need to check in with me before 6 a.m., okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. What happens if
Yeah.
you don't check in before 6 a.m.? Does it call
Yeah,
you?
I haven't programmed all of this yet. So he's gonna send basically what this is. You can set up
Mm,
areas, like you can set up different channels. It doesn't have to be Telegram,
mm,
but I like Telegram for this because it's pretty straightforward. I mean, Claude can manage my entire Telegram. He can do anything.
yeah.
You see all this information overload. This is a channel where he can get any book in the world. I mean, I don't sell the books. I mean, it's just a channel. It's free. So Claude goes here to kind of grab the books and add it to my workspace. Actually, he does it automatically. Automatically, I don't do touch it. And I'm gonna schedule this so every week it goes out and research this. I haven't like scheduled everything automatically, so I still might have to mention it. Hey, go out and do this for me. So that is pretty powerful, and you can add it to things. I use it in Notebook LM, which is another example I will show in a little bit here. I have integrated Notebook LM with Claude, so you can do all my research for me and put all the YouTube videos and stuff inside Notebook LM and create the infographics. But you should here, if you figure out how to integrate this, yes, I have an MCP for this. That they have a public one, I think, on GitHub, but I tweaked this quite a bit, the kind of the brain and how it works. This doesn't have like the audio message. This is like all custom how I set this up with Claude to get this, but it's more personal. It's more fun to do that. And I have a journal here. I have a morning. Oh, it's kind of a morning brief. I didn't set this up completely, but this one probably some error. Like if I just told Claude Code to kind of fix this, it will probably fix it very quickly. So it's usually a 1 minute fix. I don't know, something in the background. That's why I didn't send here. You see, it says timed out. Sometimes it happens because it's I have to see with the different integrations and stuff. But usually it works. And you see here with the text, I know why the text doesn't work. It's probably integrated with the Grok, and it has timed out. I use just a free plan of Grok for now. I probably have to upgrade the API, and that's why. And it's very cheap, by the way. It doesn't cost a lot. It's very, very cheap. And then you have this for different areas of your life, and you can give personas to them. So let me show you inside. If I go into VS Code to see if it finished here, so you can just see kind of what's possible a little bit. You see, it read all my files. You see, it read everything here, like it's reading. Then it says your week. I mean, this is quite good, and you can send emails and stuff like that. So I'm gonna tell it to send me. I'm gonna see if this works now when we are on. So I'm gonna tell it to send me an okay. This all sounds good. Can you send me this to my Telegram, please? So I have it all in one place. Let's see if this works or if I. Oops, no, I need to do this. Uh, it's always like this. Let's see. I will put it here. Okay. No, this is not triggering. Okay. So can you please send this to my Telegram, all the summary, so I have it in one place? Let's see. And I just do that. I'll see if this works. Sometimes it's not always working. So you can like interact. This is a pretty normal way of interacting with it. But you see here in the side, you have your workspace. This is my old workspace. I'm kind of moving it. But you can see here the Claude is like where all your skills will live and stuff like that. So you have them all here. This looks overwhelming right now. You don't have to care too much about this. I'm gonna give you a setup so you have a pretty good setup for your Claude account, and then you can just add it. This also works with co-work, by the way. If you feel okay, I'm a little bit overwhelmed with how Claude works, and all like Claude Code, then you can just use this with co-work. The same, you should work from folders inside of co-work. That's how it works the best. So let me just wait to if the way. I mean, actually, it sent it to my Telegram. It says so. Let me see if I got it. Let me see if I got it. Actually, it says it sent it, but I'm not sure why. Let me ask it why, actually. So you can actually ask it. Now I mean, it's good this happened because sometimes it does. I'm gonna say, actually, this didn't work. why is my Claude Telegram channel not working? I mean, I don't know how to write code, so maybe you can help me fix this. Is 11 Labs not triggering? Is something wrong with the Grok integration we have? Can you please fix this for me so it will work? So you will just go back and forth. Eventually, we'll probably figure it out. So you do it like this. So let me go into while it's working on this. This is the thing, it's working here. So I'm gonna go into my folders. So this is my works. Let me just put this like big. So I go in here so you can see it a little bit more clearly. Okay, I don't have anything confidential here, whatever. Just these files I will not show, but I will show you a little bit inside. And I have to put command. I think I have to put. I'm not so good in this, but I think it's command control. No, it's shift. Probably it's an option. Yeah, it's command shift period. And you see what came up here? You see all these kind of hidden files, okay? That's, yeah, so you have to know a little bit about this, but I didn't know it. I asked Claude Code, why I don't see the hidden files? Because Claude has hidden files.
Yeah.
You see here, agent skills. Then you can see your skills in one place. I have a lot here added. These are not all for me, but I'm creating a lot of skills for every single thing we are doing. And I use this system together with Obsidian because it's a little bit better. Notion cannot do this. Notion is in the cloud, basically. So you need to have something that lives on your computer. Obsidian does this. Okay. So let me open this up quickly. And let's see what work. This is my correct workspace. Let me remove this. This is my old workspace. Let me see if this is the right one. Yeah, here we go. So this one is the correct one. So Obsidian is a tool like a note taker, basically similar to Notion, but it should load here, hopefully, if it's working. Maybe not. And sometimes
I
it's
love
slow.
how in your Telegram you've kind of got it being your coach, and I can see how that would be really effective for like content creators to just kind of keep track of things and kind of be like just have another way to communicate on daily things that they need to do. Like I can see how that would be really, really effective.
Yeah, I mean, you can set this up for anything essentially. Yes, it's unfortunate that you don't have like a super easy way to just connect it. I'm gonna offer all this because I spent quite a lot of time. But yeah, in the as I said in the Claude Starter Kit, I'll include some stuff that you can kind of at least get set up the right way with Claude Cowork and Claude Code. I just prefer using Claude Code because you see the different tabs I have up here.
Yeah.
So I've been working on. Let's see. Okay, this one is pretty cool. I might show this. Let me see what else I've been working on here. So this one, oh yeah, this one, I think this one is pretty nice. So let me show you something, a real example of what you can do with like a landing page. You might do this in your business, right? So let me
Yeah.
go back here. Where is the workspace? It's always going back and forth. I have oh yeah, it's here. Let me put this up. Then you go here. I have it in outputs, I believe. Actually, I should probably ask Claude to just find it for me. That's also another thing you can do. I don't even want to find it, so I'll just go in here. This is actually good because I don't know where my files are sometimes. Can you please send me the link to this because I want to demo this on this session now, right? Okay, this is strange. Stupid Cloudflare is coming up. I'm actually gonna tell it to turn it off. I'm gonna tell it, please. I'm gonna tell it to turn off the Cloudflare. Please turn off the Cloudflare integration. It's apparently conflicting with something, so it's coming up as like a authentication again over and over. Can you turn this off? And then please send me the link to the site so I can access this here to the thing we worked on. And because if I would do the full landing page now, it will take a little time. But essentially, what I do, I give it my brand guidelines, and Claude Code will know how to do it. They have a skill called front end design that I highly recommend. It's by Claude, the company directly. So you can install that in your account, and then Claude will do a much better job with any design task. Okay. So that's just called front end design. It's inside your Claude account, or you can just add it to a project, whatever you want. And I customize this a little bit to just work kind of how I'm setting things up. And here we have this. Now I know why it's not. Sue was not on. This is another thing I'm using. This is like Perplexity Computer. So I'm using this together. It's like your computer in the cloud. So that's another thing you might not have heard of. So if you want to check this out and I think I'm probably one of the first people who really talk about this tool. This is how we use with Claude because Claude is kind of desktop. Like you have to use it on your computer. But what is nice with this, it syncs with my Claude. It has MCPs. I'm just on the free account and have integrated my models here, and it all works together. So that's sometimes when an integration is not working, I run it via Sue, and you don't have to really know how any of this works. Actually put a link, and anyone can get probably $10 as in credits, although I don't use any credits now. I just integrate directly my Claude Opus. I don't pay for this. The only thing you would have to pay for is if you wanted more RAM. So this is how I'm sometimes routing messages and stuff, because they are going via Sue, and then they're hitting. That might have been actually why some stuff was not working in my Telegram. They could have maybe was via Sue, because I didn't even know. We have full setup guides for this. Claude wrote them, but I don't know exactly how it was routed. Possibly it was via Sue, and because it sometimes gets confused that Claude cannot do something. And then because I have an MCP or a connector set up with Sue here, Sue Computer, which is, in my opinion, almost more powerful than Perplexity, because you connect your own models. I mean, you have heard of Perplexity Computer, likely. I mean, if you're on here, it's more famous. But with Sue, you can do a lot more with it. So that's kind of how let's see what it said here, and not in this one, and VS Code. Actually, I got it here. Cloudflare. See here, I don't know how to remove this. I don't know how to remove this. Let that sink in. I don't know how to remove this MCP. I can probably figure it out via Google if I Google this, but I don't want to. Okay, and you don't have to either. And I just click here on this site. Now I'm going to ask it why it's not working. Actually, that's another thing. Sometimes can happen because it's hosted locally. So I'm just going to ask. So why is this site not working? Can you please? I'm actually I'm on the local server here, but can you please make sure it's working on this session? Sometimes it's not, because it's all local files, but yeah, sometimes it fixes. It will fix it probably. So let's see if I got the Telegram. I probably didn't work because of the. No, it did not work. Let me try this again. So usually I just send a message. This is like I hear myself when I do this. I think so. Let's see. Can you please send me an update for today? Just a brief update. Let's see if this one works. And I'm gonna try the longevity one. No, this one probably not. Let's see that. Send me I'm gonna see where the issue is. No, they have all timed out because of the grok limitation. And I think, let me see here if this one is doing it. Send me an update. I just do this. All right. So let's see if it works. No, sometimes something is off with the bots. But anyway, you can see here, I've gone through quite a lot here. So it's supposed to work, and you just set up a channel essentially. Now let's see if we go back here and we can see, let's see here, you have to ask for, sometimes they ask for permission. Don't allow everything if you're starting out. Just, just kind of accept permissions as you go, like this. I have asked before I edit. I mean, I don't really care now, so I just put it to brief it. So now it's fixing it basically. So I mean, that can happen sometimes. It's like, now it works. Oh, okay. This is what I wanted to show you. This site is not perfect yet, in my opinion. I don't think it's perfect. But because this is an image. Let me show you the actual site that I have on Creator School. Okay, I think it's Creator School, and then probably the tools guide. This is not the. Let me see where it is. Tools guide. Maybe it's this one. Okay, so this one. All right. So this is the original site. John Perry, my designer, did this one, and we have a pretty good brand. Okay. So I'm pretty picky. This, I would say, look better. Okay, there's certain things that there's better in the other one. But you see, this was just the image. Claude pulled this image. I cannot remove these things from it. I have to start from scratch with the image if I wanted to change this. But this is a landing page. So you have a page you like. Maybe you have it in your business. Then you can give Claude this to say, hey, I want to create brand guidelines for this. And then you can have it use it. And when you combine that with the front and the sign, you can do it. Even pull the converted code here. I have a kit code for this form. I didn't have to do this. So for a quick landing page, I don't think for like a full website is the best if you want to have blog and stuff. It's for sure not. It's going to be more complicated. But for a landing page that you want to have up quickly, it's pretty amazing, to be honest. This is not finished yet, but do you see these logos? They're animated. They are moving actually. Like you see, like if you look subtle, it's like they are moving. And you see if I refresh this page now and I scroll, do you see this? It's animated. That is actually better than the original. That's something my designer said, no, let's not do this. This is like too annoying. Like he would not want to do this. Okay. Because this is more complicated. And so I don't like as much this section because mine was a little bit asymmetrical. But I think for 99% of people, I mean, I would say this one passes. I think what I would do here, this is a little bit strange. I mean, I would fix this. This is like, but this is just after like, let's say 30 minutes to max 1 hour. And I'm not a designer. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
not a designer. This is not even Senya. I mean, even this, they made it work. It was so choppy before. Okay. Now it's working to scroll this on like this.
Yeah.
Look how cool this is. Claude, this. Okay. Claude. I repeat, I don't use Lovable. I don't use Bolt. I don't use any of these third-party tools.
Mm.
Claude Code did this. And I believe this is like crazy, honestly. Like doing
Yeah.
this in a 30-minute session. I mean, look at these elements. You can save these too. So I can reuse this. Okay, this one, okay, doesn't work, but I can fix it. It's not like a big deal.
Yep.
The only thing, you cannot like go in and edit yourself on this one. You don't have like okay, I can click here and edit yourself like a Elementor or a Framer or something. That is the negative with using this right now. And you can deploy this. This is just local. You cannot access this, of course, if you type this in. But I can deploy this via Vercel or even via Sue. They have pages. Sue Computer is amazing. I'm not gonna go into that too much, but really go to, I think you can, if you go to like navid.me/go/Sue, you can like get 10. I mean, I get $10. You get $10 basically. It was just
Yep.
a link. That's and sign up for it. It's free. So and then you can connect your accounts. I'm not going to get into that here, but you can connect a lot with Sue and make that kind of part of this whole ecosystem. If Claude doesn't work with something, Sue is in the cloud basically, and you can deploy the site inside of Sue for free basically. Yeah, you can have it for free on a
Amazing.
subdomain, but if you want to have it on your like a real domain that you buy, yourwebsite.com, you have to be on a paid plan, but you get a
Yep.
few websites there and you get a lot more. So what do you think about this one? Like very quick.
This is
That was
all
very fast.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that page looks so good. Like this is all amazing. Before we have to wrap up today, what are some other uses that a content creator could get Claude Code to do on a daily basis that takes away from them having to do it?
Yeah, so let's go into what I would show you here. For example, let's just continue with that one. It's just I don't know what it's doing here, but let's start a new one. For example, so I think like a morning brief. So I'm sending that every morning. It's pretty easy. You can schedule that directly, as I said, inside of Claude Cowork. I already showed you this here. You can even
Yep.
schedule this here. You have it in that form code. Now you can schedule tasks, but your computer has to be on. That's why it's a little bit annoying. So I tend to do some of it via Sue because Sue it kind of lives in the cloud. It's a little bit different. So I combine it with that. So that's the only negative. It's like not fully autonomous unless you have your computer on. And as I mentioned, out of the box, Claude can't send the emails. I mean, it sends the drafts basically. So you have to
Yep.
use a Gmail, Google CLI, as it calls. It's more advanced, but it's pretty easy to set this up when you do it. And you connect your entire Google account. Another thing, which I do want to show you before we wrap up, which is insanely powerful, is just
Yeah.
to tell it really quickly here what it can do. So, okay, I want you to go out to YouTube to research the top creators who are talking about. Give me a topic, Simone. What topic should we research?
AI content creation.
Okay, let's research AI content creation. Please go to YouTube to research the top creators, and then you put together a notebook LM, and then you save the infographics and your findings inside of my Navid workspace. We have a prompt specifically for how I want the infographics. I like them to be in the kind of this dark mode style, really kind of hand drawn with sentence case, no all caps and things like that, really premium, minimalistic. And yeah, please go out there, research this, and then come back and save it and then send me the links here in the chat. Okay. I just do something simple, but this is like a big use case. I actually automate most of this. You can automate a lot of these things, like via tasks and stuff. So I'm trying to set up some of this, but like, let's say I have a speaker for a summit or something, I can get
Yep.
automatic. Let's see, because I have integrated Notebook LM, and there's like in GitHub, which is like a platform, they have these different connectors, so to speak. Is Notebook LM has an MCP or even a CLI, which I'm not going to get into. That's how you can run it in your terminal. And it's a little bit less heavy on your workspace with tokens and stuff, which is a little more advanced, but I'll not get into that here. But as you see here, it's Notebook LM is connected. You see how powerful this? I don't need to go out
Yeah.
there and research this. It does it, and Notebook LM. You know why this is powerful? Because Notebook LM, I'm not paying for this.
Yep.
Notebook LM is in. I mean, I use Gemini for sure, but I don't pay for the transcriptions of the YouTube videos. It's all done inside of Notebook LM, and the infographics. I'm not paying for Nano Banana Pro or 2, whichever model they are using in Notebook LM. So now it's doing this. So hopefully this can finish, right? We can show you this. This is insane. I mean, you can do anything basically. And it's spinning up agents also. This you see here,
Mm.
agent. It's spinning up different agents because it doesn't do all of the work itself. And I can have many chats open it. Yes, if you do many of these, you will run out of credits faster. On the max plan, I have not found any issues. So yeah, start with a $20 a month. You will quickly realize that you will likely want to, yeah, it's gonna replace employees for you essentially. You don't need a
Yeah.
dev team. You don't need designers. You can use this. As you see, I'm not a technical person. If I have a problem, I'm just telling it to fix it.
Yep.
So now server should be up and running. It's, I mean, I think they maybe, I mean, it was fixed before, but yeah, see here, he just gave me an update. It was working before even. But I mean,
Mm.
I think this would pass for most people. I would fix some stuff,
Yep.
but I didn't have time before this session. So let's just wait for it to come back before. That's the thing. It takes some time for it to.
Yep.
He's actually researching in real time. So hopefully I'm gonna show you while we're waiting for this, I'll show you some examples too in my workspace. Let me see
Yep.
where's my, I mean, that's when you're on here live, I have to go in because I never see it. Okay, so let's go here. So I have some outputs here. Let me see where they are. Yeah, infographics. Okay, so this is some stuff we did from research. So I'm gonna have Sabrina Ramanov on my summit soon. So
Yep.
let's see if this works here. Um, so this is some stuff
Oh,
we do.
cool.
Yeah, it does it automatically. I mean, you can do
Yeah.
any style you want. If you don't like the dark mode, you can prompt it. But of
Yep.
course, this is I tell it also behind the scenes to actually create a better prompt. Some I didn't do it so much here, but sometimes I tell it this is my raw
Mm.
thoughts, and please convert this into a prompt specifically for this use case. And that's how I get it like this.
Amazing. Yep.
This would pass probably on social media. And if I
Yep.
go, let me just show you here in Notebook LM quickly, so how it looks. Let
Yep.
me go to my Notebook LM. Um, so this here is loading.
Yep.
Um, and so this is my knowledge base. This all was done by Claude. All this stuff. Okay, so it's doing
Yeah.
this or something in a
Good.
Ramanov. Is it all? I didn't do this. It's Claude. Claude researched all of this. All of this. I didn't add anything. I didn't go out there. I mean, the opportunities are endless. I mean, of course, I use
Yes,
this for content.
absolutely.
I use it for content creation to write my LinkedIn post. But I'm sure you have a lot of people talking about this. I think you can
Mm.
do all of that with Claude. You just attach your skills essentially to it. And yeah, sometimes I have to see it. Like
Yep.
this now, it's doing it. Like now, it's writing the AI content creation YouTubers
Yep.
MD. So you can see it here on the side. It's pulling up here. So it's doing all of this while we are talking here.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's
I mean,
amazing.
it's insane. It's like, I
Yep.
mean, I'm not even scratching the surface on this session. I had to like see, okay, what do I cover? But it's quite a lot. And I just said I'll give you a full kind of like a setup workspace with a few skills preloaded and like kind of have a template for your Claude MD file and everything you might
Yep.
need to get this set up. Whether you want to start with Claude Cowork or Claude Code, because this does not work in the regular chat. Please
Yep.
graduate at the very least to Claude Cowork. That's
Yep.
what I would say. And as you see, it is taking a little bit of time, but it's doing it. It's doing it.
Yep. That's
And it's
amazing.
definitely,
Well, yeah, where
it's
can people find you? Because we're gonna have to
yeah,
wrap up. It's been
yeah,
so
you see
good
how it is.
today, though. We've just gone so deep. But where can
Yep.
people find you if they'd like to follow you?
Yes, as I said, I mean, Creator School is a good place. We do our own summits, AI Creator Summit as well. Creatorschool.ai/AI and dash summit. We usually do that 1 or 2 times a year. As I said, I will have a guide for you ready with all these templates that you can get set up. Now I showed you some examples in this session, but if you just plug this in, as I mentioned with the workspace, you will be ahead of most people, and then you can start customize it to your liking because that's the thing. You should customize your workspace to suit you and your business. You should have your brand assets. If I just do it before we wrap up here, like I go back to my Navid workspace, and then I go into my, you see how my brand assets here? Claude actually organized these files for me. They were all over the place. I mean,
Yeah,
they were like
amazing.
literally all over. And you can see here my brand guidelines. And you can see this one is not 100% finished. Claude, this was the old version. It just reset. I
Yep.
had it not, I don't like these lines and stuff. But anyway, for most people, this will be good enough. So you can basically see here, this Claude did this. I did not do this. It's just you asked it. I
Amazing.
gave it my website. I didn't even tell it what to
Yep.
do. I mean, some of this I did. So this I
So
did.
good.
I told it to
Yep.
do that. But yeah, you can give it your website and tell it to do that. Look how good this looks. I mean,
Looks
but
so
I have good
good.
input. Remember, I have good input. I have a
Mhm.
good brand already. If you have a
Yep.
crap brand, you'll probably get a crap back. But the front end
Um,
design skill that Claude has, which is just in the regular skills directory,
Yep.
you can find, just install that one and it will do a lot better with any design task. That's what I would recommend you do.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time today. This has been so good.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.